What you're about to discover is not just a story, it's ancestral wisdom. OGBE MEJI, one of the 16 ODU of West African Fa, a divination system thousands of years old. Today we'll explore its symbolism, its deities, its life domains, and its universal message. Through a dance story, you'll understand how a mark can become a burden, then a blessing. Prepare yourself for a journey into African spirituality. OGBE MEJI, also known as OGBE MEJI, literally means the truth that cannot be hidden. Symbolizing light, clarity, revelation, absolute truth, it is the first ODU of the Ifa system. Its pattern of marks, composed of 2 columns of 4 full marks, represents the double affirmation of luminous energy. In the ancestral binary language of Ifa, more than 4,000 years old, each mark carries profound energy. 0, represented by an empty line, embodies pure potential, water, receptive and feminine energy. 1, the full line, manifest action, fire, creation, the masculine and active principle. This African binary wisdom precedes modern computing by millennia, testifying to the scientific depth of our ancestors. OGBE MEJI is intimately connected to several powerful deities. Here is Obatala, the Orisha of purity and peace. Creator of humanity, he represents the serene wisdom and elevated consciousness that guide our choices. Midorunmila, master of divination and keeper of ancestral wisdom. He holds the secrets of Ifa and guides truth seekers toward their destiny through the teachings of OGBE MEJI. Discover Isu, the divine messenger and guardian of spiritual crossroads. He tests our character and ensures our prayers and offerings reach the Orishas. Without him, no divine communication is possible. Observe how OGBE MEJI manifests through these divine forces. Sacred symbols float in cosmic space, bringing light, wisdom, and transformation into our daily lives. Let's now explore the life domains that OGBE MEJI directly influences. In its positive aspects, this ODU governs the revelation of truth, discovery of hidden secrets, and clarification of confusing situations. It also favors new beginnings with fresh opportunities and brings mental clarity for enlightened decision-making. Each domain possesses its own symbolic energy. The sun represents the light that reveals what was hidden. The sprouting seed manifests the potential of new beginnings, and the illuminated bulb symbolizes the mental clarity that dispels confusion. Like any spiritual force, OGBE MEJI possesses a sacred balance. However, misunderstood or ignored, it can manifest negative aspects. A brutal revelation can hurt if the heart is not prepared. Impatience can force doors instead of letting light reveal itself naturally. This is why ancestral wisdom teaches humility and patience. In modern daily practice, OGBE MEJI manifests everywhere. A professional who finally solves a complex problem at work. That's the mental clarity of OGBE MEJI. An entrepreneur who courageously launches their business. That's the energy of new beginnings. A person who discovers a long-hidden truth. That's the revelation that liberates. OGBE MEJI lives in our everyday lives. The key messages of OGBE MEJI are profound and transformative. Light reveals what was hidden. Truth cannot be eternally concealed. Each new day brings a new opportunity for clarity. In daily practice, OGBE MEJI indicates favorable conditions for new projects and beginnings. It counsels that truth will emerge soon. It recommends patience and open-mindedness to receive the revelations that come. As the sun rises each morning without fail, OGBE MEJI reminds us that opportunities for clarity and truth present themselves constantly. We need only open our eyes and hearts to receive them. Now that we understand the wisdom of OGBE MEJI, let's discover how this ancestral light manifests in a real story of transformation and revelation. There is wisdom that transcends time. Knowledge carved into the invisible, transmitted from generation to generation. OGBE MEJI, the double light, is one of the 16 sacred configurations of Fa, an African divination system. It speaks of clarity, creation, and rebirth, but also of a burden, that of bearing the light for others. In a West African village, a young woman bears this mark on her forehead. Her name is Adan, and her story begins with a refusal. Now that the wisdom of OGBE MEJI resides within you, hear this story, a story of hidden light, refused heritage, and a young woman who will dare to defy the shadows of the past. In a village where the sun has not shone for generations, Adan bears on her skin a mysterious mark, a shining scar that no one dares to name. Her grandfather, Baba, keeps a secret that could change everything, but some truths, when they emerge, demand courage.
Baba, it's still shining. Why?
It's just an old brand. Forget it.
Beyond the forest, people whisper. They say the light will never return.
Some doors must not be reopened for your safety.
In Baba's house, shadows are thicker than anywhere else. On the shelf, the sacred Ifa objects sleep under dust, silent witnesses of a rejected past. Adan feels the scar on her arm pulsing with a light she doesn't understand. Every question meets her grandfather's silence. But in that bronze mirror she's cleaning, she searches for a reflection, a truth, an identity. The light of OGBE MEJI waits, patient, to finally be allowed to shine. The scar pulses stronger, an irresistible call. Adan can no longer remain trapped in Baba's silences. Something calls her from the forest, that forbidden forest no one dares approach, where the sun might shine. Impossible. And yet, her feet carry her to the edge where mysteries begin.
The sun is shining here, but not in the village. Who did this? Why hide the light?
But light also attracts its opposite. In this clearing where Adan found the symbols of OGBE MEJI, shadow suddenly thickens. An icy cold, an ancient and malevolent presence, Ikeyu, the entity who stole the village's sun, the forced guardian of darkness, and she is not ready to let the light return.
Child of the sun, you have returned. Your legacy is a curse.
Who are you? What have you done to our light?
We took what was wasted. The village prefers the shadows to the truth.
The truth about what?
The pact is revealed. Generations ago, fearing the power of ancestral solar light, the village elders sealed a deal with Ikeyu, hide the sun, forget the power, live in shadow. Adan bears on her skin the seal of this stolen heritage, a scar that refuses to be erased. Now, facing Ikeyu, she understands. The light never disappeared. It was imprisoned. And Ikeyu is just a guardian, also trapped in this ancient pact. Truth is painful, but it's truth that liberates.
Baba, I saw the altar. I saw Ikeyu. I know everything.
You should never have gone there.
Why? Why did you hide the light? Why did you let me bear this mark without explanation?
We were afraid or worse of her power. We locked her up.
And you locked me in with her. Light is not to be possessed. It is to be shared.
IKU is bound by the pact. Breaking it.
None is necessary. The sun shines for everyone, not just for the brave.
Dawn breaks the darkness. Adan, transformed by accepting the sacred burden, returns to the village. The mark of OGBE MEJI shines on her forehead, no longer a curse but a seal of power. The cycle renews. The guardian is born.
The sun rises, grandfather, and with it, OGBE MEJI is reborn.
You accepted what I refused.
You were afraid, but the fear stops here. The lineage continues through me.
Thus ends the story of Adan, the guardian who broke the cycle of fear. The mark she wore as a curse now shines as a beacon for her people. OGBE MEJI teaches that light cannot be possessed, only shared. The sun rises for all, the brave and the fearful alike. And in this African village, a new era begins. The lineage is not dead. It is reborn, stronger, in the heart of she who dared to face the shadow. The legacy continues. If this message resonated with you, leave a like. Subscribe for more content. Share this light with someone